Hi there, and welcome to today's webcast on how to integrate Salesforce or iCRM or any CRM for that matter with Gmail. My name's John Carini, and I'll be taking you through this webinar. Little housekeeping before we start. The webinar should take approximately half an hour. I'll try to get through it even more quickly than that, if at all possible. Will consist of a few slides followed by mostly a live demo of Gmail integrated with both Salesforce and iCRM. iCRM is our own CRM product. If you do have questions during the webinar, feel free to ask those questions in the chat section of YouTube. There's like a comments area for this particular video. I've put a few comments in there already, but feel free to ask any questions you might have right there, and we will try to address them either as we go along or at the end of the webinar. So without further ado, I'll just get started. Okay, again, this webinar is on how to use Salesforce, iCRM, or really any other popular CRM with Gmail and how to integrate it. Great. So just a little bit about iEnterprises before we get into the live demos and so on. We've actually been around for 20 plus years, since the 1990s, believe it or not. And we created a CRM solution in the 90s. Back then it was called SFA. And the whole idea behind that original solution and the company is to integrate CRM and email and calendar so that you can have a seamless experience inside your inbox and use your CRM simultaneously. And we're totally dedicated to quality, and you can see that with our products. They have tremendous reviews. There's over 50,000 users on some of our Gmail products with tremendous reviews. So we've also won a bunch of awards since the 90s, including some IBM Beacon Awards, which we're very proud of, as well as some CRM industry awards and so on. Here's some customer logos. These are most of the larger customers, but we do service customers both large and small, including some household names, as you can see by the logos. So the Gmail integration that we provide is known as a Gmail add-on, and we do it for several CRMs. One is our own product called iCRM, and the Gmail integration is actually included with iCRM. We also provide an add-on that you can use with Salesforce.com, Microsoft Dynamics, Oracle Sales Cloud or CX Cloud, and Sugar CRM. Those are at an additional cost, and I'll get into pricing at the end of the webinar. We'll go back to a pricing slide so you can really see everything. So again, iCRM, which is our own highly robust CRM solution that has full Gmail integration, and then Salesforce and the others. So I'll be demoing both Salesforce and iCRM. I'll just kind of switch back and forth as we move along. So why are our solutions better? Well, in terms of the Gmail add-on, it's full featured and it's super flexible. Everything's built into Gmail. It's not a Chrome extension. Most other Gmail integration products are Chrome extensions, and they're just totally unreliable. They interfere with each other. One goes on top of the other, and they need to be installed locally. They only work in the Chrome browser. They won't work in if you log into a Chrome, into your email, for example, from another computer or another browser. Ours works with any browser, Safari, Edge, whatever. There's nothing to install locally. It even works on mobile. So the email integration works on mobile as well via the Gmail app. And I'll show you that in a little bit. So you can basically do everything from email. That's the idea. When you get a message from someone, you can access your CRM and do everything right from there. And by the way, this webinar is focused on Gmail, but we also have basically the same product for Outlook as well. So if you do use Outlook, I know some people actually use Outlook with the Gmail backend, for example. The webinar is valid for you too. It's basically the same thing in Outlook as you will see here in Gmail. Anyway, we're focusing on Gmail here, and the idea is you get a 360-degree view of Salesforce.com or whatever CRM you're using inside your email as you're interacting with your customers. Obviously, then you can save emails to Salesforce or iCRM or whatever CRM you're using and link them not only to the person that sent them in the CRM, but also custom objects, opportunities, leads, contacts, whatever you want. Another feature is the ability to create a lead inside your CRM right from Gmail. So if you get a message from someone that's not yet in your CRM, you can just quickly add them on the fly. And by the way, it kind of integrates with social media as well. So we have what we call social insights inside of Gmail. And when you do add a contact or a lead right from an email message, it can actually pick up details from social media like their job title and company name and things like that, and allow you to basically add a lead for free to your CRM. It also has a background sync as well as the capability to really add any object. So for example, if you get an email from someone and they have a problem, you can add a case to Salesforce.com right from the email message as well. And it's kind of the same thing from the Google Calendar. Basically, everything is right there in the Google Calendar as well with the Google Calendar add-on sidebar. And you can see everything in the CRM right there, as well as add calendar items to Salesforce or iCRM or whatever you're using, and so on. So there's a background sync as well for calendar items also. So as I mentioned, everything works on mobile. So in the Gmail app on your mobile device, you can pretty much do everything right in there as well. So you get a message from someone on your mobile app, you can actually see the details of the sender inside Salesforce or whatever CRM you're using right from there and interact right from there. You can dial numbers, save emails, everything you can do in the desktop, you can pretty much do in mobile. And one thing I love on mobile is using email templates, and I'll show a demo of that. I'll actually demo the mobile client for a little bit too. So again, it works in any browser, and basically it gets deployed from the Google Marketplace. So if you search in the Google Marketplace for the connector, you'll see that we have 30 to 50,000 users depending on which one you install. Loads and loads of users, great reviews. There's a lot of people using this, and a lot of people really love it. Just a quick slide about iCRM. So iCRM is our own CRM product. It's super robust and flexible. It's pretty much got everything you would probably need in a CRM, but at a much, in comparison to something like Salesforce, it's a very value-oriented price, which I'll, again, get to the pricing at the end for both the connector as well as iCRM. But the connector is included with iCRM, and it really is a robust and full-featured CRM. So if you, maybe you're on Salesforce and they're trying to upsell you every week and you don't have the Gmail integration, then you should check out iCRM. Or maybe you just don't have a CRM and you use Gmail, you should check it out. So without further ado, I'll get into the live demo. So right here, I'm in my Gmail inbox, and let me just resize this just a little bit. Let me hang on one second so you can really see it. And on the right side is the Gmail integration add-on that we provide. Okay, and the way you access it is you simply click one of these icons on the right-hand side. So if I click here on the Salesforce connector, it actually reaches out to Salesforce.com and it tells me what's going on today when I'm sitting here in my inbox. So there's a task I need to complete, and obviously I can click on that task and open it up and complete it right here inside of Gmail without leaving Gmail. And then I also have the capability perhaps I've made a phone call, or I just want to log a new task for the future as I'm interacting with my email, I can do that right here. It also shows you your recently viewed accounts and contacts and things. So if you want to access something or even search for anything inside of Salesforce right from the Gmail inbox, you can do that right here. So, but where it really gets very, very useful is when you start interacting with people. So if I open up an email message from someone in my Gmail inbox, as I just did, on the right-hand side, it shows a 360-degree view. In this case, from Salesforce.com, I'll show iCRM in a second, a 360-degree view of the contact information and everything related to it. So I opened up this message from James Person, and it actually found James Person in Salesforce.com. It says it found him in contacts. Here's the company he works for, phone number, which is clickable, email address, and I can get more details. But in its simplest form, you would probably open this message, and if it was an important message, you might want to add it to Salesforce.com. And to do that, it's really just a single click. I click this add button, and bingo, this message is added to Salesforce.com under James Person, the contact James Person. And you don't have to log it against James. If you want to, you can actually use the option to link this email and then save it to anything in Salesforce.com. So you can save it against custom objects, accounts, contacts, whatever you want. So everything is possible there in terms of how you save a message to Salesforce.com. So let's close this really quick. I'll go back to my my inbox, open a message again, and then you can see there's more stuff available here when you open a message. So when I got this message from James Person, obviously I logged the email and that's saved in Salesforce.com, but I have the ability to reply using the email template, and I'll show that in a little bit. There's also the social media links are searched for and found for James. And then here's everything else about this contact in Salesforce.com. Here's the open opportunities. I can literally click and open the opportunity right here. Cases, campaigns, and even the prior emails that I have had with this person. So all the activities. And if I want to see more, I can click like that. Or perhaps if James sent me a question about a product and he was having trouble with it, I could just click on this plus sign and literally create a case here, or click on this plus sign and create an opportunity just like this right inside Gmail. So I can actually create opportunities, cases, and pretty much everything in Salesforce.com right here from Gmail. So I'll go back to the inbox. Let's take a look at this really quick with iCRM. So Salesforce.com has this icon, and then iCRM has this connector icon, right? And basically, if I open the iCRM connector, it does exactly the same thing. So the Salesforce connector and the iCRM connector and the Dynamics connector and the Sugar CRM connector, the basic interface on the right side of Gmail is exactly the same, and the integration is exactly the same. And then if I open that email message, it will then search for this person in Salesforce.com. I can click to log this email in iCRM in this case, and that's it. This email is now added to iCRM, and I can click this open button, right, to open the email. And you can see it's there. And if I click on open in full screen, this takes me to that message saved in iCRM. So you can do the same thing with the Salesforce connector. If I go back, so maybe I'll go back to the inbox again, I'll open this message one more time, and then we'll look at a different use case. So when I open the message again, it detects that James Person is found in this case in iCRM, and you can see the message has already been added. But if I want to take a look at James's record, I can click on this open contact if I like, and then I can click open in full screen. And this takes me right to James inside, in this case, it's inside iCRM, right? However, obviously, it works the same way with Salesforce.com, and you can just quickly and easily go straight from Gmail to the appropriate record in Salesforce.com from your Gmail inbox, if you will. Okay, so that's kind of the use case. Obviously, the same stuff is available here for iCRM. I can add a case. I can add a new opportunity on the fly by just clicking this plus sign and adding it. And by the way, it'll pull in as much information from the message as possible when adding the opportunity right from here as well. You saw open in full screen, but I can see the contact details here as well, and even edit the contact without ever leaving Gmail, just by clicking this edit button. Dial the phone, whatever. Everything's right here inside of Gmail. That's kind of the whole idea. Let's take a look at the other use case. The other use case that's very popular is you get an email from someone and they're not in Salesforce, or they're not in iCRM or whatever CRM you're using. And with the connector, if you open a message, and this is my message from Bill Gates, I got referred by Steve Ballmer, so that's pretty impressive. And Bill is not in iCRM right now, but if I want to add Bill, you can see here it actually surfaced some of Bill's social media details, including his LinkedIn profile. I can click on that and it'll actually take me out to LinkedIn. I can take a look at what Bill's up to with the Gates Foundation out on LinkedIn. But now this is obviously a good lead for me, so I'm going to add Bill as a lead. And if I click this little plus sign to add it as a lead, you'll see that it pops up right here in Gmail, and it automatically fills in the name. The job title actually came from a LinkedIn search, and the company name, as well as the email address, and everything it can right from here. And by the way, we're adding a feature like next month whereby you can actually search social media and add leads, not only from people who've sent you email messages, but just search social media for anyone and add them as a lead to Salesforce.com or iCRM or whatever CRM you're using, including email address. So it's really cool. Anyway, if I click save, that's it. Bill is created in iCRM. So that's the basic use case with someone that is, again, not in your CRM. And let's take a quick look here at, I'm going to go back. And remember, this is what the screen looks like when you open a message from someone that is in the CRM. It automatically detects it. But let's look at some of those same things in mobile. So I'm going to share my mobile screen real quick. Hang on one sec. There we go. Okay, great. Oops, sorry. You don't want to see that. Okay, so now I'm in that same inbox in the Gmail app on my mobile device, right? And if I open, this is a different message from James. It opens, and down at the bottom, you can see these same icons are here that are on the right side in gmail.com. So on the Gmail app, these add-ons show at the bottom. And if I click on the iCRM icon in this case, you can see that it pops open a screen. And this screen here is exactly the same as this sidebar. And all of the features and functions that are available in the sidebar here on the right are also available here in the mobile app. It's super powerful if you're out running around and someone, for example, sends you a question and you need to create a case. You can just go down here and create a case, and it'll get assigned to whomever is in charge of the cases. Or something I really like is replying using email templates. So oftentimes you'll get a message from someone, you'll be away from your desk, or at least in the pre-COVID world, you would have been away from your desk, and you need to reply to that with maybe a long-winded reply with links and things, and that's really hard on mobile, but not if you use email templates. And this works with iCRM and Salesforce.com or whatever. So in this case, I'm going to choose this product details template, right? And it shows me it's going to merge with this person. I literally compose a new email or create a reply, either one, and bingo, it creates this message with the merged information right in it. So it's got links to products, it's even got pictures and things. And I can just click send, and that's it. Now I've sent this really, really big message, either as a reply or as a new email right from my mobile device. Super handy, super handy. So we'll go back to the desktop really quick, and we'll just take a look at the calendar stuff. So give me 1 second here. So let's take a look at the Google Calendar. I had mentioned that that the Google Calendar integration exists as well. So if I'm just sitting on my calendar, it's the same thing. When I open the sidebar, it shows me my tasks from Salesforce or iCRM or whatever CRM you're using right here. But then if I create a calendar item and open a calendar item, in this case, it's noticed that this person, James Person, is actually an invitee on this, and it's a meeting with the customer. I can log this event in iCRM by just clicking here, right? And then, of course, before the meeting, I might want to come in here, open this up, and I can really get a 360-degree view of what's going on with James, any opportunities that are open, any other items that are here in the CRM are all just listed here. So everything basically that's in email is also in calendar, and you can pretty much do everything in both places. So it's completely integrated with Gmail on mobile, on desktop, as well as the Google Calendar. And basically it lets you use Salesforce or iCRM or whatever you're using without ever leaving Gmail or the Google Calendar. That's kind of the whole idea. And it just makes you more productive and gives you important information on the fly as you're using it. So if you do have questions, put them in the chat area. And let's see what's going on. And I'll go back to the, hang on, a couple of questions here. I just want to throw them up. Okay, so we're going to go back to the slideshow, and yeah, I guess Jacqueline here has a question. Are you able to add only one Gmail account per person, or can you use multiple addresses? I honestly don't. I'm not sure what you're trying to get at there. If you could clarify it, I'll bring it up again. And then somebody's asking about Insightly. We don't currently support Insightly. You know, and I thought the whole idea of Insightly was that it was supposed to be integrated with Gmail. I'm assuming ours is just a little better because it's using these add-ons which work on mobile and everything. But we'd be happy to convert you from Insightly to iCRM if that's okay. Add only one Gmail account per person. Not sure what you're getting at there. Anyway, we'll go on with the slide. There's like one or two more slides here, so please hang in there. So I promised the pricing, and here it is. So if you want the connector for Salesforce or any other CRM, the list price is $14.95 per user per month. That's paid monthly, right? So it's a recurring credit card thing where you can pay monthly, and then you get a discount if you pay by the year. So if you pay by the year, it's discounted to $12.95 per user per month paid annually. And then if maybe you're on Salesforce or Insightly or something else, and you want something that's reasonably priced and fully integrated with Gmail, then you might want to look at iCRM for Gmail, which is a full-featured CRM. And the list price for that is $34.95 per user per month paid monthly, or $29.95 per user per month on an annual contract. There's volume discounts if you have a big company with 50 or more users, you can get a discount off of that. And then most importantly though, it includes, this is the unlimited edition, and it includes the connector for Gmail and everything. There's nothing else we're going to sell you. We're not going to try to upgrade you tomorrow or upsell you. That's it. It's literally $30 a user a month, and it includes everything, even the email integration, the Gmail integration, and the Outlook integration, as well as setup and data import. So if you are using another CRM, we'll actually help you import your data into iCRM, and that's included with any paid subscription. There's really nothing more to buy. So I know that was a little bit of a hard sell, but we are better. It's really flexible. Everything's built right into Gmail. Everything works on mobile, in any browser. Nothing to install locally. We'll configure the product for you, and we will not upsell you. We just give our pricing out, and we don't try to upsell you tomorrow on something different. So here's my contact information. If you do have any questions, please just send them to me, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. My phone number's there, as well as that email address. It'll actually drop right in my inbox if you email sales@ienterprises.com. We'd love your feedback. And okay, sorry, I am going to answer. Jacqueline's got one more question before we wrap. So the deal is, Jacqueline, it actually attaches to an email address. So you could install it in multiple inboxes, but you'd have to install it in each Gmail inbox separately. Now, if you had iCRM, we would let you do that as just part of the price. But if you're just going to use the connector with Salesforce or something, and I guess you said your boss is using Inbox. Inbox is cool. Ours is better because it works on mobile, and it's not a Chrome extension, which is kind of unreliable. Also, it's cheaper. Inbox is very, very expensive from Salesforce, and ours compares well against it. So anyway, you can shoot me an email at sales@ienterprises.com, and I'd be happy to answer any other questions. And with that, I think I'll wrap up. Thanks everyone for attending, and please again contact us if you have any questions whatsoever. We're super happy to help. Have a fantastic day.